Hello, everybody, and welcome to my week six draft battle. My name is Not Quite Cause, coach of your Toronto Punk Rock, and today we are going to be facing Coach SkyRetroAlpha and the Schmoovin' Snoms. If you guys are excited for this video, please leave a like and subscribe. And with that, let's get right into the team builder. So first of all, my opponent here has Dragapult this week. Dragapult, obviously known as one of the best mons in draft, so we had to do a lot to make sure that thing did not quite sweep me, and we have plenty of sets here that can handle the other threats, such as the Zapdos and the Rotom Wash. So our lead set here is going to be a specially offensive Palafin here with Weakness Policy and Agility. This thing is EV to live any hit from a Zapdos or a Rotom Wash, unless they are like specs, but in the case they are specs, we have walls to that. And then activate a weakness policy with Ice Beam because we do not want to get hit by a static Zapdos. Surf and Draining Kiss are the coverage moves that we'll need. Well, Surf's the coverage, obviously, but Draining Kiss is the coverage move we'll need to help beat stuff and keep ourselves healthy. And this thing is definitely a potent sweeper that can be scary. It's also going to be our lead just because we want to get it activated immediately. Next up, we got Quagsire here. Quagsire pre-Terra is really good versus Cinderace, and even post-Terra is. It also helps wall stuff like the Zapdos, which is a big threat offensively. But if we use Amnesia, we can just wall it. And that also allows us to wall a lot of different Pokemon using Amnesia. And then we have Toxic to hit pretty much everything that can be immune to Earthquake. And then Recover here is also a really good option, just to make sure we stay healthy. Overall, we got Water Absorb as well, so that pre-Terra we completely roll a Rotom Wash. Then we got our Landorus here. I originally had this thing run physically, but I changed it to special kind of last minute because I liked Psychic a lot to handle a Hitmontop. But we have Gravity, which is the really interesting tech. If the opponent is fearing a ground move, we can pretty much always just set up Gravity, as we know they're going to switch into Rotom Wash. And once Gravity's set up, their only two ground immune mons are weak to Earth Power. So that allows Landorus to really get a lot of damage here and high value. Our speed is set so that we outspeed a Rotom Wash by 1, so after that Gravity, we are always going to be able to kill it. And then Psychic is there for the Hitmontop, so that we don't just get Intimidate blocked. We did see AV Hitmontop a lot, and if we do see that, then there's a chance we die, but that's why we really want that Hitmontop weakened. Next up, we got a Choice Specs Latios. It just does so much damage this battle. Luster Purge is such a really free click if they don't bring Alolan Muck, which is something that I'm very scared of in terms of walling my Luster Purges, but I could obviously still block it using, or still deal high damage to it using Draco Meteor. Trick if we want to get rid of our specs. And then Flip Turn here is just one of our best options to get out if I don't see a option fit. But Trick Spexing something like a Muck is also really a good option. And we can wall Alolan Muck with our Quagsire once we Terra Poison and stuff like that. So this thing overall does hit really hard and is hard for my opponent to switch into. We got, oh, none of these guys are named too. So let me just set up all of our names. Sorry, I know this was a problem last week too. While I'm doing this here, we got Rabombi. I can scroll down for that. Rabombi here is just a standard web set with Moonblast, Quiver Dance, U-Turn, and Sticky Web. Sticky Web is obviously important. It allows Latios to outspeed a Dragapult if it is not Clear Body, and if the, I don't know if it runs Clear Body, because originally it did have stuff like Substitute on Landorus, and people don't always think about Clear Body for webs, because Infiltrator is just generally considered better. I could bring stuff like Screens, you know? And obviously that could be scary. You don't want to have to deal with Screens versus a team that has such bulky setup options. But yeah, so Rabombi is just a simple kind of like max set. We have a couple of simple max sets here. Only some more detailed EVs this week. I didn't really have to do too much here. But Rabombi, after a Quiver Dance, outspeeds Pult. So if we ever get in a situation where it's like this thing wants to set up versus a Pult, or Pult just comes in to like remove the Sticky Webs, I can QD and then get Moonblast hits off first and then start Sticky Webbing, so this thing can threaten stuff. We don't want to get Sticky Webs up immediately, especially if we see Cinderace because of Court Change. We can remove it with Brambleghast, but Brambleghast can die early if the matchup doesn't favor it as much. But yeah, the main problem is that we needed something to... Quag really needed to stay healthy because we needed to answer Cinderace, especially if we saw a Zapdos or a Rotom Wash. We didn't want it to handle everything. So I do have my Brambleghast here, which is offensive this week, as Poltergeist actually hits really hard versus the opposing team. There's really not too many switch-ins to it. And we have Kasib Berry so that we can always live a Shadow Ball from a Dragapult, even Specs. If it's Specs Draco Meteor, we do not live, but I do not expect my opponent to read the Kasib Berry and go for Draco Meteor versus my Bramble here. And therefore, once we live using the Kasib Berry, we can then kill with Poltergeist as long as we connect. Leech Seed is there because it's my best option of hitting not Rotom Wash. It's my best option of hitting a full health Zapdos before using Poltergeist. And this actually walls Zapdos completely, as its electric moves are not going to do much. And if he wants to bring Air Slash, Hurricane, Heat Wave, any of its typical like coverage options, or just flying options, we actually are immune to those and get a Wind Rider boost, which means that we just get to spam even stronger attacks. So it's the first time really bringing offensive Brambleghast, but it worked out. I had a couple of cool sets that I did not get to use this week that will be staying in the back just because I needed to run something like this to be able to properly handle my opponent's team. I still am a little bit scared of a couple of compositions, but with that, I'm going to get right into the battle, so I will cut, and I'll be back once we're ready. Alright, so I sent my challenge forward, and here we go. So my opponent accepts. We do see the Alolan Muck. We see the Polt. No Rotom Wash. Or no, we do have a Rotom Wash. We see no Zapdos, which is pretty interesting. I feel like there's something else big that I'm missing here that I saw in a lot of mocks. Oh, no Cobalion and no Sandaconda, so no Terra options whatsoever. Okay, no Cobalion's pretty big, because that thing could be annoying late game versus a Latios. Okay, so I see. This is an interesting team, really interesting team. I've matched up versus all these mons, so I know what all of them do. Hitmontop. It's like an absolute necessity. Let's lead Palafin here. I think we always lead Palafin. It's a bit annoying if he leads Alolan Muck because there's a chance he gets a poison on the Quag, but I just don't see my opponent leading Alolan Muck here. I think we most likely see a Cinderace lead. Oh, we do see the Alolan Muck lead. Shoot. So this thing has a high chance of getting a poison, and that's just not something I want to deal with. That's annoying. Could just go for Knock here. Raw Knock's really annoying. Okay, I have to go Quag, and I have to hope for no poison, and it's just direct toxic. Yeah, that's not what we wanted to see. That's just rough. So I should have led Quag, but I needed to get Palafin activated, and this was just a risk I had to take. So my opponent, and we do just see a raw switch into Rotom. This is fine. I get a Toxic. It can't do anything to me. I'm expecting to see a Hydro Pump here. We could see. Yeah, I don't know why this was a switch in. I guess just to avoid the Earthquake. This team is very ground weak. My opponent's team, very ground weak team. Hydro Pump's just going to heal. We are the Water Absorb set. So at this point, I think we're going to see a hard switch, and I think the easiest play here. No matter what, do I just go Bramble? Because we might see a switch. I doubt we're going to see a switch into the Cinderace. So I don't think anything he wants to switch into here deals with Brambleghast. My guess is... What does he do here? He raw Volt switches. Wow. What if I just recovered there? Because that's just free toxic damage. I mean, he gets the Asin now, but I just double back in the Quag. Unless he goes... unless he goes Polt here, trying to get a momentum. I could see Polt coming in here. Okay, we do see the Cinderace. So the Cinderace is obviously the most scary mon for my opponent here. And what do we see? We see Pyro Ball doing 23%. So I have to Terra Poison here, actually, is the interesting part. And the reason I have to Terra Poison is because this thing could Trailblaze and kill me from this percent, and we don't want to see that. He actually U-turns here. Okay, so no Trailblaze is good to know. Alright, after Webs, I think it's probably Boots is my guess. We didn't see Life Orb. And he does just go Rotom. So he is probably just going to go for a Volt Switch here, as Hydro Pump's not going to work. But, yep, we do see the Volt Switch. We're going to get our Recover here. Poison damage doing 18%, so we're going to be slightly under half, and probably have to switch, but that's fine. So maybe I shouldn't have burned the Terra there, but I just saw Trailblaze so many times in mocks, and that just becomes a nightmare for me to have to deal with from this point on. And I don't want to have to, you know, do that. We also saw Libero. He goes Muck here. So this thing's main job, actually, of dealing with Muck. I can just Earthquake here. And if I go down, then I go right into... okay, no, we do over half. So now I'm going to go into Landorus, and I'm expecting to see just a raw switch into Rotom here. There's no reason for that not to happen, as the Muck is still at 41% and therefore perfectly healthy. And I don't think you want to sack a healthy Muck. Well, it's not a healthy Muck, but I don't think you want to sack Muck in this matchup just because of how good it is. And I don't think a Gravity is something that they're going to expect. They could be worried about a U-turn. U-turn's a good mid-ground play, but I think just Gravity is fine here. Because I don't really have a good switch into Muck. We do see Rotom Wash. Perfect. And now I can Earth Power here. So Earth Power should do a lot. Actually, with Gravity, I should have brought... what's it called? The Sandsteer Storm. I'm now thinking. Because that would have done more damage, but it would have been accurate in the Gravity. But I guess outside of Gravity, it's not as good. And I don't really want to miss. But this is fine. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be a little rough without Quag, but we did damage to Muck. He's just... okay, so we see the Muck sacked here. So he just doesn't want to sack any Mons here. Landorus puts in a lot of work, especially if I can get webs up. No Intimidate is interesting. So we're going to be seeing Triple Axle for sure here. Do I go Psych? I don't think I sack this is like a thing. I think I just go Palafin. Yeah, we do see the Triple Axle. We get the crit's unfortunate, but the second and the third one did the exact same percent. The second one did, the third one did less. That's really odd. I don't really know what we're gonna see here, but I think just Roger Raining is the best answer. I don't think he knows what he's gonna see here either. Might be worried about a bulk up. No, he just stays in. So now he knows we're special. He starts bulking up actually. All right, so we 3-ko and we outspeed. So I don't think there's any reason for me to do anything but just click Draining Kiss here. And we're probably just going to see a CC. Fine with me. We could see Mach. And I think in the case we see Mach Punch, I actually save this and just go Rabombi here. And then we can bring this back in later. Rapid Spin. Shoot. He could outspeed now, which would be a problem. Rapid Spin's a really interesting play, because I could have just killed there. I guess maybe he was reading the switch into Rabombi. I think I still outspeed if he's not max speed, which, I mean, he was pretty bulky. Good chance, I think, we see a bulky him on top here. And it does not outspeed. Does 262 plus 1 even outspeed? I mean, I might as well just take a look here while I'm at it. So, Hitmon top, blank set, 252 plus 1 is doing 358. Yes, so now. Yeah, it didn't outspeed. That's what I thought. Alright, Pult comes in here. This is where stuff gets interesting. I think I have to sack Palafin here. So Palafin's not going to do much this game, which sucks. Alright, so he did just go Shadow Ball. This is fine with me. I think I just go. This is a really big opening, too. I think I get a kill here on something. Rotom Wash. Okay. I miss, unfortunately. That's fine, though. I can just Power Whip. Follow up the Power Whip. I always outspeed here. Should always kill. This can't really do anything to me. So I guess this just was his Poltergeist switch-in of choice. He does... even he does get a Will-O-Wisp off, so this thing no longer kills a lot of things. That's rough. Ugh, the 1% live is rough. I mean, it's close here, but I think the match is still in our favor if we can get webs up. Okay, Pult comes in here. I don't know if I kill back, but we should live a Shadow Ball here with the Kasib. Okay, we do. We're going to die afterwards, but we get the Poltergeist. We do a lot of percent. Okay, a lot of damage, a lot of damage, a lot of damage. I'm looking at our health here. Looking at the damage of that Shadow Ball, it's not specs. So I should always live with Landorus here, which means Landorus gets a free Earth Power. So I kill something here. I might not kill Guardy, but if he goes Guardy, I should kill afterwards. And even if I sack this, I mean, yeah, we're in a good position here with Landorus. Keeping Landorus alive this late is really good, because now I don't have to second guess Gravity. And with Hitmon top being gone, this thing does a lot. If I can get webs up here, I should guarantee the win. It's just all about if I can get webs. Because if I might even sack Latios, honestly. I don't know for certain. It's a really close end game. A lot of my games are really close. This was just, yeah. It's a rough matchup, but not much I could do here besides just kind of play what I have to do. Okay, so the Polt is Choice Scarf, actually. I don't know why I didn't take note of that. The Poltergeist. That's a lot. Okay, Guardy comes in here, takes 36%. What? Okay, so this might be bulky. Do I even risk... So Choice Scarf means he's always outspeeding after webs, I guess is the idea here. Is this AV? Because that did so little. I don't know. Could be Scarf too, honestly. I don't know what this is going to do. Do I U-turn? What does he even click here? Because I don't want to lose anything else. I think everything else is too valuable. Okay, Draining Kiss. Alright, so he's going to just heal off all the damage I do, it looks like, with lefties. Oh, no, he's lefties. Huh. Oh, I could have noticed that again. That's bad on my end. This thing's going to take too much damage. Problem is, nothing lives here. I don't think. I mean, you do, but then you take too much damage. It's a lose-lose situation. I might live with a Ribombee. I think that's my best guess, is to hope that Ribombee lives here. And if I get webs up, then I win. I think just outright. I mean, that doesn't allow me to beat Pulp, but I should live. Okay, we don't live. Okay. This is a problem. This is a really cool, really good Gardevoir set. I'm assuming it's Calm Mind, but he doesn't want to Calm Mind for whatever reason. Maybe you're not risking a Spit F drop. You could probably just click. Because if he clicks... Okay, so get the Spit F. I don't think I can beat Pulse. Is the problem here. I mean, I kill it, right? But, alright, interesting. He goes for Psychic now. Alright, so I'm Specs, and I outspeed, right? So Purge kills this. Kills... the Cinderace, and I should live any hit from it. So it's all about living a hit from the Dragapult here. And we don't, yeah, hits the Draco. If he misses the Draco there, I think we win. But yeah, GG. So we're going to fall to 3-3 on the season. There was just not much. This was a really rough matchup for me. I don't know. I think it might be a team problem. I don't know if I have enough offense to really break. I guess maybe I could have gone for... maybe an offensive Passimian. Maybe that's why he didn't run Intimidate for offensive Passimian. Maybe that under Gravity could have done here with, like, Ground. But, yeah, I don't know. I think I could have worked this team a little more. I tried a lot of different things, and I couldn't figure anything out to consistently win. So I basically set to hope I won. But we're 3-3 now. We should be able to get to 4-3 next week, hopefully. We have a scary matchup, but hopefully my prep's just good enough to manage that. Thank you all for watching. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.